Many people will be taking advantage of Minnesota's lakes and rivers this week.
Unfortunately, this is also the time ER doctors see plenty of water-related injuries. Dr. Steve Evelsizer from the urgency room is here with some advice. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
So when you look at this time of year, obviously you have, people on boats, you have people just jumping in lakes to swim. Some of these very common summer injuries are avoidable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no better way to get out and enjoy the summer day than being out on the water, boating, skiing, fishing. Unfortunately, a lot of these injuries that we see, either the injured person or someone in their party was injured because there was some alcohol involved, perhaps,
Sure.
and just some bad decisions made. So a lot of these injuries are preventable.
Let's talk about some of the boating ones. Tubing,
Sure.
you say, is actually, tubing seems like it would be the safer one compared to water skiing.
I know. As anyone who's ever driven a boat for a tuber might know, there's a temptation to try to knock the tuber off.
Yeah, I don't like that.
And so, yeah, we see people driving too fast. Sometimes there's more than one person on the tube. People bounce together. We see whiplash injuries, jaw fractures, concussions.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was sent to an ER with a tubing injury.
Were you? I thought you were water skiing.
No, I was tubing.
Wow.
And a certain former co-anchor of mine thought it'd be really funny to try to whip me off the tube. And it was less funny when I ended up in the emergency room.
We're glad that you're okay.
But
you do have to be careful with that, right?
Yeah, you really do.
The ropes on boats can also cause problems.
Yeah, the ropes can be dangerous both for the people inside the boat and for the skiers or tubers behind. The drivers and spotters need to just be aware of that rope so you're not getting fingers pinched, and then make sure that you see the full length of the rope and that the rope is taut before you hit the throttle and take off, just so it's not wrapped around something underwater.
What responsibility does the driver have when you have people towing behind you? What do they need to do?
The primary responsibility of the driver is to drive the boat and be aware of what's in front of them, obstacles, the swimmers or the tubers, skiers in the water. And so that's their number one responsibility. There should be, ideally, someone in the boat beside the driver who's watching the tuber.
Party barges? What's the risk of party barges?
I think the risk you see with party barges
like a pontoon type thing?
Yeah, there's, I think, probably more with probably alcohol related, if that's your intent. So,
when it comes to fishing, the hook can be a big reason people end up in the ER.
Yes, we see a lot of hook-related injuries. Fingers, faces, scalps. You name it. So we see it. If you're having trouble getting the hook out, don't try too hard at home, especially when that barb gets underneath the skin.
So if you if your kid gets hooked, you can try a little bit, but don't try very hard.
You could try a little bit, but it'll be obvious right away whether or not that hook's going to come out easily, and if it's not, you should just come in and have.
Let's talk about docks. Sometimes swimming, people like to jump off the dock, right?
Yeah, jumping off the dock, it's important to know how deep that water is. Everyone needs to know, and most docks probably are not deep enough to consider diving off of, and even if it is deep enough, you never know if there's something submerged underneath the water, a log that floated under or something like that.
You have buckles and stuff on those docks sometimes. Like, there can be a lot of little hazards out there.
Yeah, definitely. Just climbing in and out, you see people cutting themselves.
Well, and broken glass, metal nails, sharp edges, these are all things that you see kind of an uptick in during the summer?
Yeah, we do. Unfortunately, a lot of these things are hidden in the sand underneath the bottom of the lake that people just don't see, and so they'll cut themselves. And there are some bacteria in the lake water that if it gets into the cuts, it can cause particularly bad infections, so it's good to get them cleaned out right away. And if there's
people can still have some fun, right, Doc?
Absolutely, yeah. Get out, have fun. Drink responsibly and make good decisions.
That's right. Very good. Yeah. You want to see the doctor here on TV, not in person.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
That would be
Dr.
ideal.
Steve Evelsizer from the urgency room. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
Well, we've got a